Can't do it through Safari. Go ahead, Chrome. And I was like, okay, well, let me try to Facebook, and Facebook I'm not supposed to connect, and my page has been up for a while, but it's kind of dead. I said, well, let's try it, and Facebook's like, yeah, we'll go, yeah, it's cool.
Nice. So you're broadcasting on Facebook right now?
Maybe, apparently. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if we are.
We're broadcasting on YouTube right now. Right? I'm going to double check.
We set it up, but I don't know if it's working. Uh-oh, did you freeze? Did I freeze?
I don't think so.
I don't think I froze.
No, I'm still grooving.
Yeah, we're still going. I think did I do something wrong?
Uh-oh.
You always
did I kill it? I may have killed it.
What did you kill?
I don't think you killed it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Nick,
I think we're all freaking out on nothing. Because I started restreaming it from mine too, and I don't know if I killed everybody else.
Oh, hey,
I
that's
added
good,
a channel.
Hang on.
Well, something is freezing.
Joe said nobody froze on YouTube, at least.
That was me. I'm sorry. I wanted to check to see if we were live on YouTube, and we are live on YouTube.
There you go.
All right, so that's what's going on. Again, apologies for our technical difficulties, but we are learning, and you are learning along with us. Dana, would you please introduce our guests, our multiple fabulous guests? Uh-oh. Did we lose Dana?
I don't think so. Dana, can you hear us?
Can Dana hear you?
I got kicked out.
Oh, you got kicked out. I just said, Dana, could you introduce our guests? And then there was nothing. Melissa, tell us about yourself. Let's see if this works.
Oh, well, I run a couple of publications. I run Counter Story Media, and we exist to audit existing societal narratives. And that has been my passion project for a couple years. But more recently, I've put a little more effort into Does She Shut Up, where I am sharing rants, raves, and educational content from those of us of the feminine variety.
I love it. I want to point out
that you can't hear me. Did I freeze?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
We can hear. I can hear you.
Yeah.
I don't think you can hear us.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. You
can't. No, I can't hear you or see you. Everything is frozen. I can see if I look at the live, but the screen itself is completely frozen. I think I might know what happened.
All right, Dana, I'm going to mute you while you're figuring it out, and give us a wave in the chat when you've got it good to go.
This is very strange.
Melissa, tell us about yourself.
That's not fair. Make Nick go.
Make me go. Okay.
Nick, tell us about yourself.
Hey, y'all. I'm Nick. I am the creator over at the Sick of This Shit with Nick publication, running the Sick of This shows, Vet Talks, Wizard Councils with Lawrence and Fred, starting some really cool stuff. We do veteran-focused issues. I write political, patriotic, socially relevant, and irreverent poetry. And I do a podcast every day on top of all of it. I'm a veteran. I'm having fun. I got into this space about a month ago, a little over that, after losing my job in the tech world. And I've been using this sort of as a nonstop group therapy session, and building some really great relationships with people. So that's who I am. I'm just having fun trying to build a space that is a little bit better for people awesome. And men like me.
Thanks, Nick. Let me
Dana died.
I'm gonna try to rejoin.
She didn't die. She just left.
What it was the dragon. The dragon came and so I'm going to show off my mini while Dana's gone, just
Nice.
because we got time and because I'm a nerd and I'm going to take over. Look how shiny he is.
It's very
Does
shiny.
that mean
He
our
ate Dana.
Substack Live has officially died? Because she's gone.
Oh,
Dana's back.
Dana is back.
I decided to just leave and come back. Oh,
That
it's worked.
But her
Okay.
but her live is still there, so it didn't die, it didn't go away on us either. So
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wow.
There
Thanks
you
to
go.
everyone sticking
Yeah.
with us while we're testing this. We knew it would be trouble. That's why we invited 3 of the coolest, smartest people we knew.
Well,
to
then what
be
am I
here.
doing here?
Oh,
yeah, why'd you get me?
Yeah, that guy wasn't available, Fred, so we asked you instead.
Right.
Fair
right,
enough.
right. We went through a pretty long list, and then we were like, I guess Frederick. I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like probably in the bottom third somewhere on a list. You know, that's like
10-15%. You're giving yourself too much credit.
Not
yeah. Well, yeah. No, I'm gonna say like I'm at the top of the bottom third. That's kind of
Frederick, you're like our favorite. Stop it. Stop
Yeah.
it.
Uncle Fred was our first.
Okay.
Hey, Frederick, I want you
Phrasing.
to introduce yourself, but first I want to, we kind of cut Melissa off, and I just want to say, Melissa published an article today called, I don't know, Melissa, Capitalism Sucks or Fuck Capitalism or something, about how we are all on the way to being indentured
fuck
servants.
capitalism.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's a good sentiment.
Yes. Mhm.
It is a great
Right.
article. I restacked it.
And
Please go
then
read it.
the cool thing is I had someone comment on it of the male variety who felt that this is why my title is what it says today. He called me a femcel, which I've never been called that before. So cool. New
Congratulations.
badge, I guess. I've leveled up.
I do like that you used
So
it
the
as your
crazy
name
thing
today.
is this guy's and this guy's life story is on the internet. He is a writer on Medium and on Substack, and his
Oh.
entire writing is about how shitty his life is because he drives for Uber and can't make enough money, but he has a degree in computer science. And I'm like, my guy, I'm writing about you. Do you not understand?
Right. Yeah, brother, I'm happily married with kids. You are the incel here.
Yeah.
That's
Right. Right.
I-
But the
well,
cool
and
thing
then-
is
but
he
I
gave
mean-
me
Femcel
much
is beautiful.
content, then to write a whole post about him.
Well, and
Nice.
that's part of the problem with these guys. You know, the incel bros and all this other stuff is they don't really understand that it's inherently structural in unfettered capitalism or unencumbered late stage, whatever you want to call it. And I mean, Adam Smith said this in The Wealth of Nations. You know, he said an unregulated market first devours everything around it, and then it devours itself. Yeah, and really any system, it doesn't matter whether it's communism, socialism, capitalism, whatever.
Yeah.
Any economic system is inherent on the people, i.e., democracy, regulating it and pushing to keep it fair. Right? It's a
Right.
constant thing. There is no such thing as a self-regulating system. It doesn't exist.
Right.
It's one of the reasons I kind of get annoyed with the far leftists when they're just like, man, if we just go to Marxism, everything will be great. It's like, yeah, but the Soviet Union tried that and look how that worked out.
Right.
So it's that, and these guys latch on to this BS of like, it's women getting freedom. That's what ruined everything. But what they forget is there were a lot of women, even with all this stuff that happened in the 70s, and being able to get their own mortgage, being able to get their own apartment, that were just as happy to get married and have kids, but because of the shift in the economics where the money kept going up, they had to go get a job. You had to have 2-parent households, right? That's not feminism. That's unencumbered capitalism. That's what that is. That's Reagan. That is the unfairness in the system. That's the dismantling of the social safety net. That's the dismantling of unions. That's the dismantling of labor protections. That's what all that is.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, if we want to be trad wives if these men want trad wives, they should also be pushing for all of these things, because who the hell can afford a trad wife?
Right?
Right.
Right? Trad wives
Like,
are expensive, right?
I
that's a
bake
lot of
pretty
work.
well at this point. Like, I have nothing left to prove. Can you let me sit home and write in podcasts all day, and I'll bake a pie and make some pot roast? Fuck yeah, I'm
So
all in.
have we just replaced the word
Right.
gold digger with
As
trad
the
wife?
mom of young men,
think
I have
maybe.
yeah.
Wow.
As the mom of young men, I have pointed out more than once that this whole system is beating down men as much as it is women. If they are placing the expectation on men to support an entire household based on current wages, that's
Yes.
insanity. I don't want
You
that for
can't
my
do it.
sons. I don't want them to be working 2 or 3 jobs to support their family. That's crazy.
As someone pre-pandemic, I mean, we're talking, 2019. I worked in aviation. I had a lot of young men, mid-20s, doing skilled labor, a union job in LAX, 40 hours a week, could not afford an apartment,
Right?
could not afford a car, 40 hours a week. And I talked to guys that were moving to other states, and this started back in 2013 when I was at DCA, and I'd talk to guys when I was with AA, US Airways at the time, and they're like, yeah, I'm transferring to Charlotte. And it's like, man, all your family's here. Like, what, why are you going to Charlotte? It's like, I want to get a house.
Right?
I can't afford to buy anything in Northern Virginia. I can't afford to live here anymore. I can't afford to live in Maryland. And I've seen this I saw it in East Tennessee when I was organizing for Obama in 2012, and how the poverty rate, because we have the statistics, when we started doing deep canvassing and deep dives, and you're getting all this. So, I had friends that had their master's degrees and, like, at that time, metadata, right? So before AI, and they would compile it, and you're looking at the trend lines of the poverty level tick up in East Tennessee, 1% from 2000 year over year, and it's just steadily rising. It's going 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And George Bush was president then. So, was that Democrats? No. And you're talking of a state that went full on Tea Party. So this is this notion of, like, it's immigrants, it's women. Why is it always every marginalized group that doesn't have any power, it's their fault?
Yeah, how is it never our fault when we're the ones in power or control? It's just a little bit of ownership. It's like the idea of this, like, masculine man who needs to take on everything. I'll give you my own personal example because I tried it. I worked almost 100 hours a week for like 80 to 100 hours a week for months, for 2 fucking months straight for a company. I gave everything for them because my idea was, if I lose my job, we lose everything.
Yep.
Because that was what I thought was going to happen. And then I lost my job in the end because they didn't value me as a employee. They just needed my labor. And then I didn't lose everything. And it's okay. Like, I know I'm in a different situation than other people because I'm a disabled veteran. I have VA care. I have a VA disability check that comes in. But at the same time, there's a lot of veterans like me out there too who are just skimming by, like, and not even veterans, just normal folks. Like, you hold on to this onus that we have to do everything, and then you get this trad wife mentality inside the house where your wife has to do all of the things and bake and cook and get up 2 hours before you so she can put on makeup, so when you wake up she looks dolled up and perfect. Like, that's not real, and that's why women took Valium in the 50s and 60s and killed their husbands.
Right. With Visine eye drop in the coffee.
Yeah.
Karen can tell us about that. Karen knows true crime. She can tell us how they do it.
Oh, I listen to the Morbid podcast enough. Like, I know how these women, I'm well prepared to just, like, if I mess up too badly one day, like, just don't drink the coffee, don't do something, like, just get out of there.
If they succeed at getting rid of no-fault divorce, no more keeping Visine in the house and no more drinking coffee without testing it.
And that's coming. Like no-fault divorce removal is coming. Like they
I
want to
know.
bring
Oh, I
biblical
know.
marriages.
Can I ask a question of our audience for just
And
1 second?
these men mean to be really pay attention to the flowers that their wives start planting in the yard. If they get rid of no-fault divorce, you're going to see some curious new herbs popping up.
Well, hang
There are
on a
going to be a
second.
lot of oleanders.
Frederick wanted to say something. This is the fun and the challenge, I think, of having 5 people who love the mic.
Yes, and I
Fred,
want to
what
ask
were you going to say? And then Dana's going to ask her question.
No, I mean, it's like I've seen what the America does to the working people. I've seen it up close. I've led literally thousands of people in my aviation career from about 2012 to the pandemic. I've seen what it does. I've seen managers who were my colleagues take another job at the airport so they could support their family, and they might get home once a week to get their clothes and shower up, and they slept in their trucks because I had to wake them up when I was coming in for the morning shift so they could get up after 4 to 6 hours of sleep and go to work. I've seen it. I've seen it for years of working people getting their ass kicked and falling behind, showering in the maintenance hangar, literally taking a shower, where they have the shower for the chemical stuff. That's their shower. Living at the airport, right? Like, and I mean, literally living at their job more than they see their kids, more than they go home, because we've convinced ourselves we're all going to be Elon Musk. We're all going to be Jeff Bezos. We're all going to be billionaires, and they all deserve that, right? That, oh yeah, they're so smart and they figured out how to do it. It's like, no, fool, they're robbing you. They've convinced you that women are to blame, that, other minorities that don't look like me are to blame. Immigrants are to blame, right. And that's, and but you'll hear it from these men over and over and over, are just mad. And it's like, fool, look up. That's who's robbing you. Right. Look up.
Dana, what's your, that's great. A great point, Frederick. And I'm trying to find, Melissa, the link to your article, because it's exactly what you're talking about in your article. But I want to hear, Dana, what was your question that you wanted to ask the audience?
Well, it's a multi-part question. I want to just ask about our new tool, because we kind of jumped in. Sorry, what's that?
I said question 5A.
5A, yes. My first question is, are you all hearing us evenly? Or like, I feel like maybe I'm loud because I have this big mic here, but can you all in the chat, I'm going to ask our chat to help us out here. Does this sound okay with 5 of us? And do we sound kind of equal? That's my first question. And the second part of the question is, do you have any feedback about this new tool versus the previous live? Because this is a test. So if anyone in the chat wants to weigh in and say how we sound, or kind of overall how this is working for you, we would love your feedback, because I'm looking and it's making me so happy to see everybody's face here at the same time. Well, and I love that you're a Gen X doomsayer.
To be fair, we're all equal, but some of us are more equal than others.
Ooh, okay.
Just saying. And Melissa,
which ones of us are more equal than others, Frederick?
Obviously, the women are more equal than us, Nick.
I know what nice things looks like. You ain't get one over on me. I ain't going out like Socrates.
I'm a gay man, and even I know how that question is
Frederick,
supposed to be answered.
Frederick, this is that about face we were talking about.
I'm realizing that my chat is, if you guys could see my desk here, you would absolutely laugh at how like the webcam is taped to the monitor. It's blocking the chat. Sound is good for me. All the extra moving parts are too visually distracting for my, okay, good to know. There's a lot of over talking. Yep. I love all 5 of you, but prefer 2 or 3 max. This is really good to hear. I don't like the scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Okay.
Well, I mean, we can turn that off. It's super easy to turn things off.
Yeah, maybe, Lawrence, we have it like at the beginning and the end.
Sure.
So people can see it. Maybe you could run the stock ticker along the bottom. I'm just kidding.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Can we get the Fox News Chiron of the morning, like whatever they're most interested about? Because I feel like it's Obama or
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's her emails.
Oh, yeah.
Damon says sound is good and even. The new look is great. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm live streaming it on Substack and YouTube too, and my Substack stream is saying that they can hear everybody great too.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
so it's working for you and it's working for me, but it's not working for GenXy
or Frederick.
Lawrence.
Melissa, is it streaming for you on? Do you have it on Counter Story?
No, we want your opinions,
I don't think
Karen.
I set that up correctly.
Okay.
So
Well,
on that, it did not go live for me, but that's probably something I need to do.
It was a little complicated.
Yeah, I think I did mine because I've got stuff ready for Monday that I want to test out for my Monday show we'll preview with Dana Dubois coming on as our special guest and So hosting for parenting during the rise of fascism.
I'm excited about that.
And if Melissa comes along, maybe she might get pulled in too, because she's got some great things to say about parenting and the rise of fascism too. And more the merrier.
Absolutely. Yeah, Lawrence, I feel like if we have 5 people on, we need to have some sort of like raise hand so we don't overtalk, because we're all here because we have a lot to say.
And I also think there's a little bit of a lag. Like I'm noticing there's a bit of a lag. And so I think we're stepping on each other's toes a little bit. But there are a lot of bells and whistles to this tool. And I think based on this early feedback, what we're learning is we don't need all those bells and whistles.
Right.
They're fun, but they're distracting.
Yeah. And I have moved into my cave of an office that I built during pandemic. I'm in the former garage that's now like a space, and it's only painted to look all dark and exotic. This is a garage. So if I'm echoey, so I'm standing on a concrete floor, let me know. I don't know if I love the dark though. I feel like
the dark is too dark for you, Dana.
I think it is. So I may need to repaint from this it's a very dark aubergine, but it just looks
it looks black. Yeah.
It just looks black. Yeah. It's a little none more black.
None more black.
Weren't we going to talk about good news today too? Oh, sorry.
No, that's literally what I was going to segue and say. We're supposed to be talking about good news today. So
yes,
let's do that.
I pulled some good news stories. Did you guys pull some good news stories? Do we know of any good news that we want to share?
I've got some. Kick us off, Dana.
I've got some good news we could probably preview if 2 other bearded gentlemen are okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah. Kick us off, Dana.
Sure. And I have the links and everything, so I'm going to put them in the chat. This to me was my favorite good news story, so I'm going to lead with it. Cutting and pasting headline. Oops. New York City opens first publicly funded homeless shelter for transgender people. Yeah, here is the link from NBC News. It's called Ace's Place, and it will offer 150 beds and services, including counseling, financial literacy, and a work-study program in the culinary arts for transgender and gender nonconforming people who are experiencing homelessness. And it will open in Queens. I already said it's 150 beds, and it's a collaboration between the New York City Department of Social Services and Destination Tomorrow, an LGBTQ nonprofit in the Bronx. And this just makes me happy that, like, in New York, I guess there's still like some good things coming out of government. Excuse me.
That's amazing news, is what that
is. Isn't that cool?
I think we should start a tradition for this. You pick who goes next. We
pass
your news, and then you pick who goes next.
I love that. I'm trying to see if there's anything else to share about the story, but that's the whole story, and it's pretty wonderful. Being without a home is so destabilizing and devastating, but doing it while trans, that must be terrifying. So for a safe space, that makes me really happy. I'm going to pass the mic to my left, which is the lovely Melissa Corrigan, Femcell Extraordinaire. Got any good news, Melissa?
Femcell Extraordinaire. Thank you. That is great news. I did a cursory search this morning, and the news that I found is very trite and silly.
It's okay.
I found a little on the AP Newswire that apparently millennial fashion, like early 2000s fashion back. So my kids can now raid my closet and I can resell things and they're actually cool.
I love
That's
that.
my good news. That's it. That at some point we were cool.
I love that. Can we start parting our hair on the side again? Because I've been parting it in the middle and I don't love it. I think I want to go back to my side part and not be made fun of.
See, I'm creeping over that way. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay. Can you name, like, what are things you have in your closet that you think will be valuable on Poshmark again? What's the big thing that kids want?
Oh, I've got some crop tops from the early 2000s. I have some page boy hats. I've got a couple of corduroy mini skirts. I mean, yeah, good resale value.
I used to have a burgundy page boy hat. It was corduroy burgundy. It was the cutest thing, and I wish I hadn't lost it. I'm not millennial, but that's a good.
Yep.
That was cute. Okay, I get it. You get to pass.
So
for
that's
good
my
news.
little
Who goes
piece of
next?
good news this morning.
I love it.
So I'm going to pass the baton to Lawrence so we can go to Big Circle.
Awesome. Okay, so thanks, Melissa. I love this piece of news. This is a piece of science news. A baby in Philadelphia has been not cured, but has had a genetic condition like ameliorated and significantly reduced through CRISPR gene editing. So the baby was born with a mutation that didn't allow it to process ammonia in the liver into urea, and through like IV immunotherapy that included CRISPR genetic alterations, they have literally changed the genetic code of this baby's liver cells so that it is more able to process that. And it's an incredible advance in terms of science and what we're able to do with genetic therapies like CRISPR. And of course, you know, the cloud on that piece of good news is funding for this is, of course, going away under the Trump administration. But we'll focus on the good news, which is that this works, and it's incredibly cool. All right, we're doing a circle. So, Fred, you're up.
I don't really have any good news right now. Life is kind of kicking my ass, and
Frederick, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I would have to go hunt for good news, and so I don't have any really good news in my life right now. So
you got a kitten.
Yeah, but that's kind of like old news, and you know, and I only got the kitten because you know my mom couldn't take it at the, which we have to move her from this memory care facility because things got screwed up to another memory care facility. So
Fred,
life is just beating the shit out of me right now. So
I am so sorry that yeah, my dad's in memory care. If we had to move him, that would be devastating. He's so settled. Well, my dad is really settled where he is. I don't know if your mom is, but
no, my mom is
still so stressful.
My mom is not doing real good. So she's got borderline personality disorder. So that is exacerbating the dementia, and it's not a good scene. And then, you know, I could sit here and just go down the list of how life is just beating the shit out of me.
I'm giving you a hug.
Yeah.
So I wish we could.
I'm gonna throw it over to Nick. So
we could pile on, Frederick.
Go ahead. You could go say something good.
Well, we all love you here, man. So
we do.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, we're here with you. And who cares if it's old news? Good news can be old news.
Yeah,
cat is good news. Kitten, even if you had to take it, I've been there with you, brother. My grandma had Alzheimer's, and we were fortunate enough to have her in our aunt's, like a mother-in-law suite in their house, so that they could take care of her at home. But it's really tough. This is another forms of disease suck.
Late stage capitalism makes caring for end of life issues so expensive.
It's nearly impossible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's devastating. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just the long-term care insurance she supposedly had is not as good as, you know, it's it's just it's terrible. Like, it's financially kicking our ass, and like it's just I'm
sick of this shit with you, Fred.
I am sick of this shit. You know what? Frederick also does have a GoFundMe. Can we put that link in? With that, I think that would be a good idea. Of yeah.
Yeah,
How
because I mean, even the federal employee stuff for Blue Cross Blue Shield, you know, because she signed up so long ago, it changed to instead of like it's set to per diem, so it only does like $133 a day, which in today's dollars is
nothing.
Yeah. So it's just like, well, then here's this, and so you get nickel and dime to death with this kind of stuff, right? And because it's just me and my sister, we really can't, like, you know, she's a disabled veteran, and I'm caring for her, and then I was caring for my mother and trying to make a living, you know, and trying to get her into someplace. So now we got lucky, and she's going to go into a place that's a nonprofit, but it's still expensive. You know, and so it's just like, you know, yeah, like.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It sucks.
And I mean, I could go down. It's like, you know, the business I have is like, I'm having issues there. So it's just, I'm basically getting my ass kicked from every single direction in my life right now.
Well, Frederick, then let's take this in a new direction, and
please do.
Let's rise together here, brother, and talk about the next thing that we're going to do, because I think there is some good news coming for Frederick, Lawrence, and myself. We are working on some really interesting stuff in the background, and have we're going to be doing some stuff this coming Saturday, an all-day event.
This Saturday or the Saturday after?
Not today, the 16th.
Oh, the 16th. I thought it was the 23rd. Okay.
That was my mistake, Dana. I thought it was the 23rd, and then I clarified with Nick.
Yeah, so on the 16th, we are going to be taking Lawrence away from the Daily Whatever, and we're going to be launching something new. The three of us.
You're not taking him away, though.
No, ma'am, we're not. We're borrowing him. We're borrowing him for the day. And we're going to do something really fun all day long. I'm not going to announce everything about it, but look out for some cool announcements that are coming out this week from Fred, Lawrence, and I around a new project that we're working on, where we are trying to rise up as Americans, restore our integrity, service, and ethics into the ethos of our society, and establish some new banners and have a little backbone. And so that's my good news, is there's some big stuff coming, guys.
Yeah.
Excellent. I like the sounds of all of that, except the part where you take Lawrence away, because I feel like we could do the Daily Whatever, and then you can have it. But
we could do that too. We'll plan with you,
Dana.
I'll lose for you on that one, so that you can have Lawrence for Saturday.
Thank you. If that's okay with Lawrence, he has free will.
Yes, I was hoping that we could arrange it so that I can do the Daily Whatever and then jump over, but we will figure that out. Details.
The Daily Whatever will hype you. We will hype your shit, whatever your shit is. I know
the details will be in the wind. They'll be coming out this week, so keep a lookout, everybody. We're gonna have some really cool stuff coming on Saturday, and we're gonna have some great guests who come on with us during our time that we're doing this, and we're gonna push for some stuff, some incredible things and changes, and everybody here is part of that community that's gonna help do it.
Fantastic. We've come back around the good news cycle. I have more. I will say I hear typing, I think.
That's me.
Is that you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm having an answer to something. Yeah.
It's completely fine. It's new, though, because when we were on our phones, the microphones weren't that sensitive. So just...
Right. Apparently this is... I'll mute myself. There you go.
You are completely fine. Just me noting for Lawrence of like, okay, we're going to make like some sort of guide for people who are coming on once we figure out how everything works. May I share another good news story? I have three. None of them are, changing the world. They're not like we have a new president, but there were local elections here in Seattle. And here is the link. Let me grab it. It's not quite as good as Millennial Fashions coming back, Melissa, because, I'm pretty excited about the Pageboy hats. But progressives tower over moderates in early Seattle primary results. I've talked about this a bit, that Seattle elections never have a Republican running for mayor, knock on wood. It's always the two Democrats or three, like it's a big playing field of very leftist to moderate centrist Democrats. And the last couple cycles, we have had the centrist candidates win. Our current mayor is Bruce Harrell, and he's pretty moderate. And they're all losing in this one. Progressive organizer Katie Wilson, she just crossed 50% of the vote in the primary. So
that's awesome.
It's a, I mean, it is Seattle. You're welcome. We're the like brightest blue corner, one of them for the country. But the fact that we are swinging further progressive is, I think, a good sign. I've heard really great things about Katie Wilson. And the fact that she has now gotten over 50% of the vote seems like a very positive indicator. So to me, it's good news. And yeah, I just wanted to share that from my little corner of the world.
Well, Walter Ryan posted a note about it. I always talk about Walter's notes when he's not here and when I'm not on with him for some reason. But Walter posted about this the other day. Yesterday, it was progressive. The only good ideas that have done things in our country are progressive. Like, we need to embrace our progressive ideals and stop running away from them and be proud of them, because there's no moderate. Moderate just means light Republican. And so let's embrace progressivism, because we're getting pushback on the left and the right from it. So that means it's the right thing to do. Like, if both sides are saying that it's wrong, it's probably right.
Yeah, that's a great way of looking at it. That's a good frame.
In some twisted logic, it all makes sense.
Right. If corporate Democrats hate it, then it must be the thing that we need to do.
Right. I mean, what it tends to mean in Seattle is the more moderate candidates are pushing for the huge corporations that are based here. There is some strange, like, how does that work? One of the most liberal places in the country has some of the hugest tech giants in the country as well. I mean, Microsoft's not in Seattle, but it's in Redmond, Bellevue. Like, it's just the other side of the lake. It's the greater Seattle area. And, you know, we've got Amazon, we've got Starbucks, we have these huge corporate presences who have their headquarters here, and yet we're super progressive. It's a strange duality.
I mean, I would argue that the reason those corporations are there, literally the reason that Amazon is there, is because Bezos and his wife did research on the place that had the highest literacy rates in the country. And they said, let's move cross country to Seattle to start our startup called Amazon.com, the online bookshop, because this is the place that has the highest literacy rates. It's literally why they're there. And
I don't think I knew that. That's
yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Microsoft is there because Bill Gates and Paul Allen went to Lakeside together, and even when they went off to school, they decided to come home. And we have big tech companies and big progressive companies like Costco.
Costco here too
in the Seattle area, because it is a liberal place. That is my
Costco's
argument.
the best. Costco's the best progressive company that's still based out of the Seattle area, I think, because a lot of the other ones have shown that corruption seeped in and took over, because Amazon didn't start as a corrupt company. Bezos had a good idea. Bezos wanted to do something good. But once he actually left and got all that power and money, I think something changed.
For sure.
I let my Costco membership lapse because there's not one close to my house and blah, blah, blah. But I think for political reasons, need to go start shopping there again. And also, this is a total tangent, but the general inshittification, I tend to order groceries online or else I go to Trader Joe's, or PCC, which is our local kind of Whole Foods co-op. But last night I needed a mop to clean in here and a couple of pet supplies. And I went to two different big boxy grocery places, and they're fucking miserable now. Like, I just haven't been in one in a while. And I was in Safeway and no cashiers. You had to check yourself out, which I kind of have a chip on my shoulder about this. I don't like self-checkout, especially when I'm carrying a giant mop. Because to me, it's It's just offboarding, like it's removing employees, it's removing jobs to make things harder for customers. On a general principle, I don't like
So
it.
I have
And it slowed everything down.
so I have a theory.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a theory that they're doing this on purpose because every giant business wants to become an Amazon where you can only order pickup and delivery, and they can completely remove the cost of the customer experience entirely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And you have to be
Yes.
careful of companies that we think are progressive that really aren't, like Trader Joe's, which is suing in conjunction with SpaceX
I don't
to
want to hear it.
dismantle the National Labor Relation Board. So,
Sure.
and I understand it's really shitty, and food deserts are a real thing. Like they've made food deserts a thing. Like I cannot shop at a grocery store that's not Walmart or a Harps. Like I don't have options nearby.
Yeah.
If you don't have options, you have to shop where you have to shop to get groceries. But if you have options, do not shop at Trader Joe's. They are trying to dismantle
Seriously?
the NLRB.
Oh, but I love
Yeah.
Trader Joe's.
I know they're delicious.
I
Their food
love
is
Trader
freaking
Joe's.
delicious. They have so much good stuff. That's the thing is they got all
And
they
it's
got all of us in there.
affordable-ish.
They got all of us in there, and then they're like, nope. They did that big old 180 that Fred and I were talking about yesterday about.
I didn't know that had
It's like,
happened.
they just did a big old about face, and they're like, nope, we don't care about rights for workers. Starbucks is in it too.
Yeah.
It's
All
they're
right.
trying to dismantle worker rights because they want
Wait.
corporate towns.
I
Well,
can
it's-
tell
it's
Frederick
just-
wants to say something. So Frederick, you go, and then I've got another piece of good news.
You both have that. You both have that beard look of I got things to say.
Yeah.
Well, it's the thing is it's how corporate governance laws and how corporate finance laws are conducted in this country, right? They're set up to where this is an inevitable thing because it's the Jack Welch school of thought where it's like everything is focused on shareholder value. And so you have to keep making more and more and more profit every quarter, every year, which is impossible. So inevitably it's like, oh, well, if we do cost cutting measures, that will increase our profit for this quarter. And the thing is with a lot of these CEOs and these C-suite people like Tim Cook or whoever, they're only going to be in there for 3 to 4 years and that's it. They get their nut, they get their bonuses and they're out. And they don't care about the long-term health of the company. It's not back like it was in the 50s and 60s where you're looking down the road and you're saying, hey, how do we have this, like, how do we build this brand for quality to keep it for 20, 30, 40 years? Like, how do we keep that? So it's not about keeping, and I saw this in American Airlines, you're not keeping the guy that's been there for 10 years that has all this institutional knowledge, that has all this stuff, that all these little things that make your company and your processes run better. They're just like, oh, he's topped out in the union rate at $30 an hour. If we do cuts, then I can replace him with somebody off the street for $12 an hour.
Right.
And that's more profit for the shareholders. That's more profit for me. That's a bigger bonus for me. And that, until we address that legally and through the power of labor and unions, it's going to keep going. So Trader, like Starbucks, same thing. Trader Joe's is going to be the same thing. It's surprising Costco's not there yet.
Right. They're still holding out.
Right. And so
good.
You're going, like, this is baked into the system. And here's the thing, it wasn't always this way.
Right.
Right.
Frederick, you're exactly right. It's that Jack Welch, like the sort of Gordon Gekko 80s era of greed is good, right? And the Jack Welch, there must always be increasing shareholder value. And tying it back to Melissa's article about how capitalism sucks, unregulated capitalism, like pure free range, unrestricted capitalism, is always ultimately going to do this. And Frederick, it's what you said at the beginning too. Unregulated capitalism ultimately eats us and then it eats itself. Because if it is always about shareholder growth, it's anti-human and it's anti-environment, because it is extractive and it's looking for ways to take profit out of the environment, out of the natural world, out of labor, out of workers, lives, and turn it into capital, into dollars. And we have to change that as an overall system. It's
Sure.
we had it where it worked for a while, for a period in this country. Maybe not perfectly, but it included pretty strict regulations on industries with regards to environment, with regards to labor, with regards to the ability of unions to negotiate. We need all of those things back. Otherwise, we're going to fucking eat ourselves and become the dystopia that we all fear.
Yeah.
100%.
Can I?
Well, I hate
Can I
to
throw a
I hate
piece
to
of
be the
good news
person
in?
Yeah,
that
I need
like
some.
yes.
Well,
I'm
so
on a
just gonna throw
delay,
this out
so
there,
I'm
and then so, all right, here's one more piece of good news, and then Melissa, I want to hear what you've got to say. The Mamdani effect. Mamdani's win has spurred more than 10,000 progressives, most of them young, to consider running for office through the organization Run for Something. So this is great news. This is a great example of how when we inspire people with real progressive messaging, people get up off their asses and actually want to do something.
Yeah.
So that's an incredible piece of news.
Lawrence, can
love
you
that
throw
one.
that? Can you throw that?
The link is
That
in the
is
chat, my
incredible.
friend. I'll put
Yeah.
it here. I'll put it in the private chat as
That-
well, so that you got it.
I love
That's
that,
the energy
Lawrence.
we need. And I've been saying when Gen Z is able to get their foot in the door politically, we are going to see radical change. I think all of you know, I have 20. He's in a hardcore band. A couple of my sons are in the band, and we have a lot of homes and at these shows, and they're woke. They're completely aware of the entire system. It's just their politics. It's literally their spending. These kids are shopping at thrift stores because anti-capitalism. They will not buy new clothes. That's the energy that we're going to the country around. And earlier, what I was saying is that I hate to be the one that mentions this name because he obviously has a lot of problematic shit. But Henry Ford understood fundamentally that his cars weren't going to go anywhere. Nobody could afford to buy them. So part of his whole shtick was like, I'm going to pay the least paid factory worker on my floor enough to drive out of here in a Ford. And that's what baffles me that this this market doesn't seem to get is that we are not endless wells of money. We are running out of money. Our households are running out of money, and we can't sustain this purchasing as long as they, I think we can. So I'm curious exactly how this goes.
Well, and Melissa, okay, Fred, I know you want to go, but let me just say this. And each company in each sector is trying to maximize its profits as much as possible, right? So suddenly you're not paying one cable bill, for example, you're paying $15.99 in streaming services across, 10 streaming services if you want to watch shit, right?
Yep.
From healthcare to groceries to everything, everyone is trying to extract as much money from us as possible, and we just don't have the wages and the income to keep up with something like that. It's why we all feel so unbelievably money stressed all the time. There literally isn't enough for everyone's corporate greed. Okay, Frederick, you say what?
No, but I'll piggyback. I was going to say what you were going to say, and I'll piggyback off on that. And then what this leads to is your Curtis Yavin dipwads who are just going to be like, oh, if we just turned everybody into serfs and peasants and slave labor, that'll cure it. It's like
where we all shop at the company store.
Right.
You don't have to pay them.
But the crazy thing is like, no, what created wealth was initial capitalism, where you had more people that had more buy-in to the economy instead of just the very top of the lords and the kings and the nobility, and that was it, right? And so you've gotten to this place where you've scraped everything out. There is no disposable income left. There's nothing left, and because the problem is, it's like, it's like it would be like these guys have like an orchard, and they're like, all right, if we pick all the fruit and sell all the fruit, and then cut down all the trees and sell that as firewood, and then dig up all the dirt and sell that too, we're gonna make all this profit. Yeah, but next year you have nothing. You have
Right.
a big hole.
Are
in
you
the
Shel
ground.
Silverstein? Did we just go full Giving Tree? Because I
Yeah.
think we did.
There we go.
I
But
have
I mean,
one
but
more
that's
bit of-
but that's it. Is we
Yeah.
don't we're tapped out. The middle
Yeah.
class is tapped out. The
There
economic
is no middle
engine
class.
of this country
Right.
is tapped out.
Tapped out.
There's no middle class anymore. It's you're either wealthy or you're not. Like
Yep.
I had a job paying really well, and I was like, we were doing okay. But now that once I lost my job, we canceled so many of the things that we were frivolously paying for. Like we had subscriptions we didn't even remember we were paying for.
Right.
We canceled them. We canceled all of them, and I feel so much better because I'm like, oh, now I'm just paying on the bills that I have to. And yeah, some of these bills I'm paying on are my fault that I'm paying more than I need to because I've got debt that I have to pay off. But guess what? That's the system we live in. But I don't have to pay. I paused I stopped my Amazon Prime. Like I was like, okay, I don't need to pay $200 for this garbage. Like as much as I want the stuff, as convenient as it is, like I guess I'll have to drive down to Walmart again. Like and go pick it up. And I don't want to go to Walmart, but it's the only other option. Or even better, go to thrift stores. Go to thrift stores in your area. Go pick up secondhand stuff. Go find a good thrift store that's not like Christian nationalist thrift stores because they're all over the place, and go support them. Donate your stuff if you have extra stuff, and go get stuff from there because that keeps them alive.
Top of the hour. I have one more bit of good news I put in the chat because it's so ridiculous that I had to put it in there. From the Good News Network. Apparently, American farmers are using clips from the Scarlett Johansson, Adam Driver film, The Divorce, as well as AC/DC music to drive wolves away. And it's hugely successful because they hate the sound of people arguing. Because they're smart, and so they recognize that it's conflict.
They're basically dogs, and dogs don't like it when people argue either.
They're like, fuck this, we're out.
And so
I don't want to hear this nonsense.
Highway to Hell. They're blaring Highway to Hell, or they're playing Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver yelling at each other to keep the wolves away. And it's working.
The power of technology.
There
Look how
has
far
to be
we have come.
There to save us.
We
Human
have come
conflict
so far.
and AC/DC. Keeping the evil at bay. I wish we could blare some AC/DC right now and put it out in the world, but I think we'd get sued maybe.
We would probably get sued. Yeah.
Yeah, copyright.
Or at least demonetized.
Right?
This was so fun and interesting. And y'all, again, Frederick and Nick and Melissa, thank you for signing up to be our guinea pigs to test this out. Thank you for your patience and your kindness.
Thank you to everyone in the chat except Albert, who Lawrence just threw out.
Well, I can't throw him out because it's your chat, but yes.
Oh, okay. Bye, Albert.
Everyone except Albert. Thank you.
The high guy. Yeah. This was so fun. You will probably see more tests over the weekend, I'm guessing, Lawrence, you and me, and we're going to need to pull some folks on to test how this works so that we can get it streaming on GenXy by Monday morning. And but we're going to figure it all out. I love the way this looks. Lawrence, thank you for diving in and figuring this out in a day.
Yeah.
Lawrence is so
Lawrence is a hero.
Technologically curious and adept, and just jumps in and figures out new tools like this, and it's amazing.
I like content management systems, broadcasting stuff, design tools. Give me all that. I love it. Let me play.
Yes, I loved today. Today was truly a daily whatever. We talked about everything and anything, and you all are the best. Thank you all for joining us. Enjoy your weekends. We will see you bright and early, my time, bright and early Monday morning for the next daily whatever. We love you. Mean it.
Have a good one.
Thanks, y'all. This was amazing.
The big end stream button. I don't know if we go away.
Let's see what happens.
Are you sure you want to?